don't know, I just feel like doing a second take of this, because I feel like I could have bridged everything going on a lot quicker. Especially because there's not really too much going on. A lot of it's just, like, me being conflicted about having ambition some days to take on new things and add more to the schedule, and other days, like, barely being able to keep up with what's even currently going on the schedule and not wanting to add more to overpush myself. So, I guess first things first, I could just give you a rundown of how the schedule currently is. Because, like, I think things should be good still the way they are. Monday and Friday are GBL stuff. Tuesday and Thursday are Let's Go Eevee stuff. Wednesday I'm keeping free, though I am considering, like, I'm a little conflicted whether to, like, upload extra Celeste stuff as I make them on Saturday or Wednesday. Haven't decided which one. Like, there's one Celeste coming up not too long ago that... sure. I don't even remember holding on to it, and, like, if it's something I need, I'll just rebuy it from the catalog later. Anything to help out a friend, I suppose. I should really change out this outfit, but it's too late now. Again, it's been at least 2 months since I last played this game. Again, sorry if I missed out on Game & Chill last month. It kind of leads into something I want to talk about a little later. Long story short, though, I've been having just a lot of on and off days, like some days when I'm just not feeling great at all. Feels like the past couple weeks especially, I've been, like, really demotivated. I'm tempted to say depressed, but I don't know if that'd be too much of an exaggeration. Demotivated, however, I guess is a fair term for it. The whole reason I bring up the upload schedule is because eventually I want to add a new playthrough to the Wednesday slot. I'm definitely waiting until I actually have a good chunk of it edited, because I think, like, the ideal Let's Play schedule for me is, like, to have a low editing thing on Tuesday and Thursday, usually from the live stream recordings, and then have Wednesday once a week be an edited thing. Very infrequent to have a video series once a week, but if it's an edited series, I think I can justify it. Let's see, stream schedule, I guess that's the other thing. I feel kind of bad because, like, this week in particular was the one week I actually didn't live stream on Saturday, when that was, like, the most consistent day I've been working on. I think I can balance it out, though, because I think I got a game plan going forward with the work week live streams. You can check out my site for more detail. I actually have the whole schedule, and it's tied to a Google Calendar that I can update on the fly, so, like, as things change with my schedule, they'll change with the YouTube. You'll see them on the site/YouTube calendar thing. But I decided that, like, Wednesday or first, it's not completely narrowed down to one work day as it should be. But the thing is, I'm gonna actually schedule what days of the week in advance that I'm gonna live stream. A lot of it's just pretty dependent on what's just going on. Cause, like, a fun thing that I added this month was, like, doing spotlight hours in the live stream schedule. So, like, especially because, like, I think without a specialized cup, there's only so much I can do with GBL. There's professional streamers or there's people who do go battle, like, that's their livelihood, and they can, like, they're so good at it that they can, like, bring something new every week. I don't really feel like I'm quite in that category. And so it's more so just, like, I've been kind of getting a little bored with GBL recently, so I don't want to do it every week. Or more so just, like, I always wanted to do, like, that's not even fair to say, because I always wanted to, like, stream spotlight hours every now and then. It's just that spotlight hours happen so early on in the evening that it always happens before dinner, and it's just always hard to squeeze it into the schedule. But there's been a couple spotlight hours where I actually was able to do it, and all my worst fears of trying to do a live stream so early on didn't happen. So I think it's something I could like actually do more consistently now. So there's So check the calendar for more detail, but there's gonna be like some days where I do GBL live streams and some days when I stream Spotlight Hours. A lot's gonna be dependent on just what the Spotlight Hour is, because if it's a real exciting Spotlight Hour... Oh, hey! Hello, Oarfish. Feel free to give me more fish. I mean, still need one wisp, and it feels like I've been wandering the island several thousand times and didn't actually get anywhere. Look at live streaming. Most of the time GBL will be on Wednesday, and it'll be during a day of the week where I could stream Spotlight Hour, but I'm looking forward to the Spotlight Hour so much that I'd rather actually go out and play it on my own time. And I think the one time I'm actually going to stream on Mondays are going to be like at the start of a brand new GBL season. Like, I think I have plans to stream on Monday for the Retro Cup when it comes around. And when the other Specialized Cup comes around for GBL, I think I have plans to do that on a Monday. Again, YouTube calendar knows for sure what's going on. And Saturday evenings are going to still be like the live stream recording. Pretty close to getting done with Let's Go Eevee, to be perfectly honest. We're almost at the Pokemon League. Like, I just technically finished Victory Road. I do want to go back into it, find Moltres and catch them. That'll probably take one episode, then Victory Road might take 1 or 2 episodes. Hello, last wisp I need. But once we do that, we'll be done, and we'll be in the post-game. And gameplay for post-game, I don't really want to do too much post-game. So I think the gameplay is going to be just catch Mewtwo, because it doesn't really feel right to end a Let's Play of a Kanto game without catching Mewtwo. Plus there's like one scene in particular they added to Let's Go Eevee that happened after catching Mewtwo I want to show off. I want to just experience firsthand. I've like seen it on the internet, but I've never actually, even on my personal file of the game, I haven't gotten far enough in to actually catch Mewtwo or see the special scene. So that feels like a good way to end off the series. And I got plans of what to do afterwards, but I don't want to talk about it yet, because a lot of it requires some prepping that I haven't really done yet. But I have some ideas of what to do as an alternative if I don't quite get to that point. At the very worst case scenario, I could like live stream some. We could do. We could sprinkle in some Celeste related stuff. There's definitely a bunch of NES and SNES games that I've been itching to play. So that's an option I could explore while I'm getting the next live recording playthrough ready. And like just an example, like there's definitely a bunch of Donkey Kong Country 3 came out on the Virtual Console, and I haven't even done Donkey Kong Country 2 yet. So that's, like, if I can't think of anything else that's better, that'll probably be what I lean towards. Just to fill out the time to prep other ideas I have in the back of my mind. But we still got a little bit until that time comes. The backlog of what I have recorded from the live stream definitely goes well into April, if not... I think by the time we finish Let's Go Eevee, that playthrough will be going on to May, so we got a while with that. And I think that's it with the live stream stuff. Again, like, I've had ambitions to, like, expand things further. I'm just a little hesitant to do so, because past couple of months, like, I've had quite a few down days where I'm just, like, not even in the mood to do things. Like, tonight is probably the most I've actually felt up to commentating in a good hot minute, to be perfectly honest. Because, like, I did Celeste, and, like, it was literally 5 months since I last did anything with Celeste and the Farewell chapter. I guess that's another idea, too. Like, if I really need something, I could, like, live stream the last B-side I haven't done yet, because that was, like, something I promised But I was debating whether to wait until I actually finished editing all the other B-sides before doing that, or wait until I actually, like, go... Or just do it right away, like, after live streaming Let's Go Eevee. I still have some time to figure that out, though. I feel like next month's Game and Chill, I'd be a lot more confident to actually, like, share thoughts and feelings about what's going on with that. And that takes care of the schedule. Is there anything I want to talk about? Like, it's been so many months. It feels like it's been so... It actually has been the longest in a while since in between Game and Chills, but I can't really think of anything in particular to talk about. Like, I feel kind of bad for missing out on Saturday's stream. Like, it was the first time I missed out on a Saturday live stream since I actually started dedicating Saturday nights to live recordings. And I was pretty proud that that was the one thing I was able to keep up with consistently, especially at that time. Things were kind of just all over the place. And I couldn't, like, constantly find enough motivation to do a workday upload schedule. Or do a live stream during the work week. A couple of things have changed, though, that I think, like, if I can get over what's going on in my mind, I'll be able to do all that a lot more frequently. Oh, pardon me. Still finishing up some pop, which is probably a bad idea to have 9 o'clock in the evening when I want to go to bed by 10, but the pop's still here, and I'm not going to dump it. But what was they talking about? Oh yeah, like, I feel like a lot's improved to the point where I think I finally overcome the obstacle that is having the live stream not die in the middle of live streaming. Like, for one, I got a new... Like, a big obstacle with me was, like, my computer... Or, like, we had, like, a high-speed internet in our household, but I was never able to capitalize on it, because, like, apparently, even though I got my computer after everyone else got their latest computer, it's too old to actually pick up on an internet signal, or pick up on the new type, the 5G type of Wi-Fi signal. But I recently, like, bit the bullet and bought an online adapter, as well as an adapter to, like, increase the amount of USB ports I have, so I can actually have everything, like my mic and all this other stuff, plugged in at once. I don't have to, like, play musical chairs with my USB ports. Those two things in particular have been fantastic additions to everything. And I think ever since I, like, got the high-speed internet updated, and we've had some talks with our internet provider, I haven't had any major frame dropping issues with the live stream, which is fantastic, because that's, like, a big discouragement. That's the biggest reason why I couldn't stream as consistently as I like, because, like, there's just some days when the internet was so bad that I just, like, there's no point in trying to stream. People are going to see a PowerPoint at best. I'm just wasting my time, and the time of any viewers that are dedicated enough to come in. And it's definitely not going to help my Twitch analysis to get up to affiliate. So the internet's improved quite a bit. And besides the first day when I had the internet going and I had that huge hiccup with the live streaming, or, like, with my screen mirroring, I haven't had an issue since. Like, that was when we got the new router for the internet, because our internet router was a bit old. And I think that actually helped, like, with the screen... I haven't noticed issues with the screen mirroring ever since the new router became a thing. Let's see, anything else? It's kind of, like, been... I guess part of, like, my ups and downs lately is just, like, I've been trying to work towards my dream game. But I've just, like, been too intimidated to even, like, download stupid basic stuff like Game Maker, or... Why do I keep grabbing that pool? Or even, like, I defaulted on the RPG Maker, see if I had any luck with that, but I just, like, look at it 1 minute and get overwhelmed. But lately, like, I decided, like, try to go back to the roots and, like, just focus on storyboarding things instead of necessarily making the game, even like storyboarding concepts like character classes and things like that. And that's kind of helped me like feel a little bit better. I mean, I'll see what I can do, but I'm about done for the night and I haven't came across one yet. So sorry in advance if I let you down. Anyways, back in the tangent with all that. What else? What else? There's something. So, I guess I'll talk a little bit more about it in art block. But there's all that. Again, really looking forward to the next month where I can go into more detail about it. Something new. Like, this never works out. But it was like a good way to like fill time and like do something a little different. It's almost 10 o'clock now, actually. And it's kind of weird because it's hard to think about my depression when I'm not actually depressed or sad. Of course, we gotta have some bees to end things off, of course. Did they like make the? I was gonna say, did they make like the bees easier to catch? Cause like that was like 3 times swinging the net. I mean, I still got stung, but I like felt like if I had a little bit more agency, I could have easily like turned around to actually catch the freaking things. One last thing, I promise. You think with all this time I've been playing the freaking game, I would have the golden slingshot by now or something? But no, it's still eludes me. So I kind of just want to like get these presents, if only to finally get that stupid thing. Come on. Board game. Plant gang. I think that's a good point to end it off on. On to art block. Hey everyone, Jackie K from More Present Future here. You know, I'll just go with that. After a bit of thought, I decided just to end this game and chill off here and worry about art block for the next one. If it's any assurance, it's not going to be a whole another month until the next game and chill, if I can still help it at all. I can't recall exactly how much I stay in the commentary, but I've been having some pretty low days the past few weeks. It feels like this week in particular, like there were some times I wasn't feeling so great to the point where I just had to take naps in the middle of the day just to keep my energy going, and I barely felt able to do anything, let alone commentate. I thought I was just getting over that when I was recording the rest of Game and Chill, but since then, there's been a few more moments where things gotten worse again. I'm feeling okay now, probably the best I've felt in the past week or so, but I feel like it's a little too soon to push myself. Better to be safe than sorry. That's kind of why I like canceled streams last week, and even though I'm tempted, I don't think I'm going to be streaming this week at all. I still stand by a few of the things I said. Actually, keeping a stream going has been better than ever, so in theory, it should be easier for me to be consistent with that stuff more than ever. And I have been experimenting, and there are a couple ideas I'd like to bring back to the channel once I actually am in a good enough mental and maybe physical state. I'm not sure how much of it is, not exactly sure how much of it is actually physical and how much the mental is playing into it, but point being, once I've gotten a better hold of myself, actually feel like I can commentate, well, I'm thinking of trying to implement some of those things I've been thinking about onto the channel. I'll go into more detail in the next Game and Chill I record, because hopefully by then I'll have gotten over whatever I have, and actually be able to take action, actually feel more confident saying what I'm gonna do, because I'll already have taken action by that time frame. That's the hope at the very least. In the meantime, the YouTube calendar on my website and social media when I'm active on it are probably the two main platforms that actually know what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. Any last minute changes, and whenever I go live, I do a tweet out and that sort of thing. There's a lot of ideas I want to do, I just don't want to take action on them until I'm feeling 100% instead of like maybe like 80 or 90%, and accidentally cause a mess in the meantime, or screw up a good idea just because I don't have the spirit to commentate to the best of my ability. But hey, on the bright side, thanks to streaming, that shouldn't affect YouTube too much. Like, I may be missing a few Sunday slots every now and then because that's when the podcast is, and I, despite my best efforts, haven't been able to build up that podcast backlog that I would have liked. But besides that, like, the GBL stuff, I feel pretty confident it's gonna continue like normal on YouTube. And same with Let's Go Eevee. Like, I believe with those two things I have enough until April. Only thing I can think of is like there's a couple weeks of GBL that I skipped specifically because there was a new cup coming out, and I thought that I would have plenty of time to stream it and upload it. But I think like I'll be back on the streaming schedule before we reach that point anyways. Say a similar situation with April 1st. I intentionally didn't schedule an upload for that day because I wanted to do a special video, because I always do something special for the first week of April. But the first week of April is almost here. I finally come up with the ideas, but if I'm feeling better and continue to feel better after commentating this, then I'll feel confident I can make it in time, get the video, podcast, whatever I want to do in that time frame. But as it stands, like, I feel like I want to wait a couple days to make sure that I'm not having a repeat of like the first 20 minutes of this Game and Chill, where I got back in the commentating spree, felt that I was all good, ready to go, and then just like mentally drained, stressed, and exhausted for the next few days. All just part of like not wanting to make promises I can't keep and all. Kind of rambled on a bit more than I thought I needed to, especially considering this is a retake. I mean, if it feels like I got a lot more info in without, and not being that much longer than usual. And plus, listening to me talk more just makes it more of a filled out gaming chill for podcast people, I suppose. Again, sorry to the podcast people for being inconsistent lately. But with everything else I laid out, it shouldn't be too surprising. Maybe not next month, but hopefully the month after, I'll actually get back into being fully consistent with that stuff again. I don't mean to hold you all up anymore, though. Take care.